So first point is automation and employment, and like my opinion on that. And I mean, I will address the elephant in the room. Everyone's worried and has been worried for decades about how new technologies are going to put their jobs at risk, are going to replace them. And I mean, the textbook addresses that, and it also addresses something else, like how it creates new jobs, right? I mean, this part also makes some sense, right? Like phones, for instance, I'm going to use that example, and how now there's people that have to develop software apps. They have to develop like the mechanical engineers have to develop like the actual physical things. The electrical engineers have to develop the circuits, right? There's so many things and new jobs. Like look at the industry and how much money is spent into these recent technologies. Like there is a lot of money and jobs created with new technologies. However, it does replace the old jobs, such as in the case of phones, for instance, like the people that connected one phone line to another one, right? Their jobs are gone. So now the question is the exchange worth it? Are those jobs worth the benefit, right? So to try to do this unbiased, I'm gonna try to use like how it, well, it is still biased, but to account for that, I will consider like how bad I think it is for me to like lose all these opportunities to jobs, such as for instance AI. And I will consider the benefits from people that have lost their jobs before, such as the people with their phones. And I mean, at the end of the day, like people get more things due to this exchange, right? And I do think it is worth it because I will be able to find some other job with time. Like I'll just have to adjust, right? So personally, I will say that automation is good in general. However, I will limit that to in general, and I'm not specifying for AI right now. Well, at all in this video. And the third point that I will tackle is globalization, especially after post-COVID, right? So in globalization, I'm going to specialize like and just talk about the digitalization and how like COVID basically just made everybody be chronically online. Well, not chronically, but you get the point. It made everything like we already had these systems set up with all this software like Google Classroom that made it really easy to go to school. Zoom, Google Meets, these were like made meetings still possible despite being far away from each other. And a very good thing I think about globalization as well is that now we're able to interact with other people, with other cultures that are not nearby. So we kind of like escape our bubble in a way. Then again, we can still end up making our own bubbles and our own Zooms and stuff. It's just it can be now around the world. Um, However, I do think globalization has the con on health. It has more cons, but the main one I'm focusing on is health and like how people sitting all day is not good for you. Looking at a screen all day is not good for you. You still have to stand up sometimes. It's still good to exercise, right? Yeah, I just think it's very that could be a risk.